one member of our team that you haven't met, just so you know who some of your realtors are, and besides that, we want you to call us and sell our listing. The man right here on my left is Walt Flood. He's the owner and principal broker of Walt Flood Realty, and he specializes in Waikiki condos, resales, and investments. Walt's been in real estate for 7 years. He originally came to Hawaii as the executive director of the Honolulu Club back in 1978. Walt, in 6 weeks, back in 1978, before I got in real estate, raised $3.6 billion in 6 weeks to start the Honolulu Club. How about that? He's a man of many parts. He's also chairman of 17 members. I'll get it right here. Waikiki Neighborhood Board. He's vice president and legislative chairman of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. He doesn't look like a mother, but he is.
Mother.
He's the president and chairman of the board of Atkinson Towers and a member of the Homeport Task Force Housing Committee. He has been active in Toastmasters, Aloha United Way, American Cancer Society, Citizens Against Noise, and MAN. He was a recipient of the 1985 Very Important Volunteer Award, and he claims he spends 50% of his time doing volunteer work in the community. He's an ex-aerospace engineer turned realtor. And those of you who get these flashes on the computer printouts, this is Flash Flood. I'd like you to come up.
50% of my time in volunteer work, I sometimes wonder how I make a living. But as you'll learn as the meeting progresses, the orientation proceeds, you'll see that real estate is a lot more than just writing up listings and doing DROAs. It takes a lot. My portion of the meeting is to talk about the membership committee, the official phrase here. The membership committee puts on this orientation. So if you're bored, ready to fall asleep, then you'll know which heads are going to roll. They're responsible for keeping the records of the members, for the dues billing, and for many other benefits. One benefit that you should all avail yourself of is the video, tape, camera, monitor system, which any member has access to with some training. And there are a number of tapes that are available for education, inspirational, or learning about your industry. There are also the players who go out to regional meetings and put on skits to keep you up to date about different things that are happening in our industry right here on Oahu. Another is a very important volunteer award called Viva, and they recognize different members, outstanding members of our association, and present them with an award periodically for their contribution to the community. We also have what is called the Movable Feast, a traveling bookstore. So for those of you realtors who are out in the outskirts and the rural areas, periodically the Movable Feast will come out and have copies of all the different forms, the books, the publications. You don't have to make that long trek from H3 in Honolulu to buy your publications here at the bookstore. The membership committee makes it all happen, and that's who we thank. Most of you, or a lot of you, are entering real estate for the first time. Some of you have already been in or in and out of it over the last few years. But you're embarking on one of the most exciting, fun, and rewarding business ventures anywhere in the free world. The real estate profession is unique in a number of ways. For example, it takes an individual 4 years in college, 4 years in medical school, another 2 years as an intern before he or she can hang a license to practice medicine. It costs that same person, assuming they make it through all 10 years, upwards of $100,000 for school and training. And it costs another $30,000 to $50,000 to open an office before they can send out their first bill for services rendered. The same applies to psychiatrists, dentists, attorneys, architects, professional engineers, and a host of other professionals. Granted, these MDs and PhDs and LLDs and AIAs and professional engineers have a relatively high success rate in the community, but that's probably attributed to the fact that during that 8 to 10 years, the flakes were probably weeded out and only the successful ones made it through the whole 10 years. But as an individual going into real estate, this profession, you don't need 8 years of schooling, try 8 weeks. You don't have to spend 2 years as an apprentice. You don't have to invest or risk $100,000 to $150,000 of your family money, and yet you still have an opportunity to make up to $100,000 a year in real estate. Okay, you ask, how do you find the gold? Consider in 1985 in Oahu, there were 14,000 listings, representing in excess of $2.5 billion total dollar volume of $725 million on this island. The total real estate commissions paid, $45 million on Oahu in 1985. Of the 5,000 licensed realtors and realtor associates, approximately half were actively involved in real estate during the last year. It's been said that 80% of the sales are typically accomplished by 20% of the salespeople. So if you whittle it on down, that means that something like 500 realtors or realtor associates earn a total of $36 million, or an average of $72,000 each, with no inventory, no risk, minimal overhead. What other business or profession can you enter with virtually no training required other than your licensing school, no cost of inventory, almost no overhead, minimal operating expenses, and still have an opportunity to earn up $100,000 or more a year? Your new career choice may turn out to be the most important decision you will ever make. But how do you find the gold that still lasts? Cold calls, service, product knowledge, follow-up. You're going to hear those terms mentioned many, many times over the next few months and probably over the years. They're important. They do make a difference. But how do you really find the gold? You specialize. You pick either residential, commercial, industrial, project pre-sales, business opportunity, property management, or even time sharing, and you specialize. You become the very best you can in that area, and you do it with a passion. It may take you 3 to 5 years, but you'll become known as the expert when you have succeeded. That's when you'll find the gold. So I charge you, cut your overhead to the bone, get involved in civic, church, school, charitable organizations, meet the people, and learn everything about your specialization that can be possibly learned. Finally, live your life and your business within the spirit of aloha, and you will succeed beyond your wildest dreams and expectations. Thank you.